Hello, David, the tinnitus coach here. I don't make money from doing this, but I've been helping people for a little over 3 years, around 3 years. And I want to go over this topic. How can you get rid of tinnitus? Well, let's unpack that a little bit, shall we? So the good news is a huge majority, 98+% of people get to a much better place. But also a large number of people's tinnitus does not go away. The biggest part about tinnitus is, well, one of the biggest parts of the story for people who get tinnitus is the sense of hopelessness. They get the feeling that it's not ever going to go away, they can't make it stop, and it drives them into all kinds of mental combat with themselves. So the first thing, if you want to get rid of tinnitus, is to go and see a professional audiologist, ENT specialist, and see if they can find what the cause is. Sometimes it could be some wax buildup or an ear infection, or something with the TMJ where these joints come together, where it could be solved and the tinnitus could go away. And sometimes you'll hear people where it goes away after a week or a month, or I've heard stories of it going away after 10 years, So it's possible. But generally the reason someone would be searching for how do I get rid of tinnitus is because it's causing them a lot of distress. So the first step in solving a problem is to get where you can think about it clearly. And we want to get past this feeling of distress, which is hard. It was for me. It was for hundreds of people who watch this channel. You can look in the comments and see people who were in distress, and then they came back some months later and said, I'm doing so much better now. And a few people say, I'm managing, but I'm still not great. But maybe it's a little bit better than before. So to get rid of tinnitus, there's not some clear-cut method for doing that, and often you can't. But the really good news is that, as hopeless as it may seem, as in you're in so much distress now, the chances of you getting past this and getting to a much better place is huge. Like 98+%, you're going to get there. But it might take some time. So my other videos do address that, but I will tell you a couple more things. You might want to consider hearing aids if it's a really bad, because what will happen is the hearing aids can actually make the noise outside a little bit louder, which actually kind of counteracts the noise inside your ear. So like that's one strategy that does work for some people. Sound therapy. There are studies where there's some techniques where you use a series of beeping sounds and some other sound therapy where people have reported after they were surveyed using the therapies, that the loudness of the tinnitus was less. It was perceived less loud than before the therapy. There's the old CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy. So I have to say that a large part of tinnitus, the feeling of distress, really brings your attention to the sound, and your perception of it being really, really awful can be so exaggerated. And then when you get past it, you realize, wow, why was I so distressed? I'm that person, and many other people, So cognitive behavioral therapy is something to do. There's something called tinnitus retraining theory. Basically, you're just retraining yourself to to think about other things besides the sound, which is what this channel is all about, and so many of the videos. I'm not aware of too many medications, but I really love magnesium, especially like at bedtime if you have trouble sleeping, but it can be used at other times too. It provides a great calming effect. We want to get rid of that feeling of distress, and it also the magnesium is also good for sleep. So if you're getting more sleep, then you're probably having less anxiety, generally speaking. So we want to make sure to take care of your sleep. And there are medications for things. There are medications for anxiety and depression and even sleep. So if you're in that severe state where you're just not getting better and you're not sleeping enough, you're anxious all day, every day, you might want to consider getting some medication under the guidance of a doctor. I'm not your doctor. And, some things like nicotine, caffeine, drinking alcohol, things where especially if you're doing them excessively, reducing those can be helpful in either your perception of the sound or just having less distress from the tinnitus. And of course, take care of your health. Go get some exercise. Maybe some calming things like yoga, meditation, breathing techniques can be good to just help bring that calmness back to you. And I just want to keep adding in, as you get the calmness, the feeling of the tinnitus being such a big deal and not being able to think about it, it becomes easier to not think about it. So, and be sure and eat healthy. Like I've been trying some things like the intermittent fasting where I go 16 hours without eating and just eat during a window. Also, I've been eating more vegetables and not so many like fatty meats and things. And I think that's been good for my health. I don't know about the tinnitus. And there's all kinds of people offering alternative therapies like chiropractic for tinnitus. Some kind of massage therapy where they stick their fingers in your ear. I wouldn't put anything in your ear, by the way. Maybe they do this kind of stuff and tap your head and stuff. I have not found this to do anything. Even what do you call it? Acupuncture. But if it doesn't cost a lot of money and they're not sticking things in your ear, it might be something you could try. Don't do the wax thing where they try to suck wax out of your ear. That's dangerous. Nothing in your ear except for a doctor, putting something in your ear. And you might avoid silence. Fill your life with some nice, beautiful sounds besides your tinnitus. And you might just find that you just come to not notice it so much and you just go on with your life. So that's sort of how to get rid of tinnitus. It's not the answer you were probably looking for, but I can tell you like something like 98+% of people, they get better. It just takes time. And I'm trying to help you get there faster. So that's my video for today. Take care and I'll see you next time. Yeah.